News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:30 on July the 26th. It's Friday. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News This Morning. I'm Will Puckett. Well, the weather yesterday, gorgeous. The day before that, gorgeous. Kelly, can we say today is going to be the same?
Yes, we can say that word. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Gorgeous. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, we're starting off a little bit on the chilly side this morning, but you can see those temperatures still feeling pretty comfortable, a little bit refreshing as well. Upper 50s, low 60s throughout the region. So like I said, just a little bit of a cool start, maybe a light jacket once again this morning, and a little bit of fog, not as bad as what we've seen the last 2 mornings, but still be careful out on the roadways because it can be thick at times, and because of that, we're going to give you a yellow car this morning, but I think most of us should be in pretty good shape heading out on the roads. But then heading into your afternoon, all we have to worry about once again is abundant sunshine. We will see a few clouds here and there, but we will stay dry once again heading into the weekend. I'll have that full forecast in just a little bit, Will.
All righty, Kelly, thank you. Well, we start our 5:30 half hour with some news out of Whitley County this morning. Kentucky State Police tell us a man is dead following a farming accident. They say it happened in the Watts Creek community around 10 p.m. last night. Police tell us the man fell off a tractor while mowing with a bush hog. KSP is still investigating the accident. We will continue to update this story on air and online as we learn more. Well, the suspect in the shooting of a McCreary County deputy, Tyler Watkins, was back in court for a preliminary hearing yesterday. Mark Dungan of Pulaski County is charged with attempted murder and numerous other charges. Commonwealth Attorney Ronnie Bowling is vowing for swift justice, and the swift action of those on the scene may have saved his life.
It's a relief, it's a miracle, but it's also a testament to our law enforcement here. We had a constable who was hit head on by Duncan as he was fleeing the scene, commandeered a four-wheeler and applied a tourniquet, I think based on his own clothing, on the femoral artery to stop the bleeding, which probably saved his life.
Watkins was airlifted from the scene to UT Hospital, where he underwent 2 surgeries and was released Sunday. Duncan was charged with attempted murder and numerous other charges. No attempt was made to lower his bond, which stands at $500,000 cash. Well, 8 people are charged after a drug complaint in Knox County. Deputies there say when they arrived at the home in Corbin, they found meth along with meth pipes, scales, and a gun. Jason Bible, Heather Wagers, Rosanna Rainwater, and Jason Merida are charged with drug trafficking and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. Carrie Gilliam, Marcus Holland, Ashley Hamilton, and Joseph Wagner are charged with drug trafficking. Wagner also had a previous warrant out for failing to appear in court. Now 4 people are dead and officials say a counterfeit drug is to blame. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department is investigating after finding the victims in several areas in a 24-hour period. They are looking into pills called M30, which appear to be oxycodone, but actually contain fentanyl. Authorities have not released any information on the victims or how they got the counterfeit drugs. Well, one family in the McAndrews community of Pike County is trying to figure out what is next after a tree fell through their home Tuesday night. They are still cleaning up and making plans for the future. WYMT's Buddy Forbes talked with the family, who say they just feel blessed to be alive.
But the roof and the ceiling was the best part of the house.
Susie Bowman and her husband have lived in their McAndrews home since they built it more than 30 years ago.
It's a lot of memories.
Until Tuesday, when something happened that uprooted their lives.
So I jumped up and he hollered, "Help me."
She says she heard a loud noise followed by her husband's calls. She then stumbled through the darkness, eventually walking through glass.
Finally got to the doorway and I said, "What happened?" He said, "That old big tree out there fell on us."
The Bowmans soon realized that their home had been split in 2 by a fallen tree.
I could see that the ceiling was down in the living room where he was. And I said, "Can you get out?" And he said, "Give me just a minute." And I think he slid down out of his recliner and crawled out of there.
Susie said everyone got out safely, which was her main concern.
Another 6 to 12 inches to the right, and a good chance me and him both wouldn't have survived.
And if it had to happen, she's glad it happened when it did.
My grandbaby boy, he'd been staying with us, and he had been sleeping on that couch. And I said, I thank God that he wasn't here that night.
Because the memories in the house were great, but her family means everything to her.
We got family, we stick together, we'll get through this. but just trying to keep everything together, it's been difficult.
And a home
Another place come by. God bless me with something more, probably better.
can be created anywhere. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the family says they hope to eventually build a tiny house because they know it's not the material things that matter. Well, as families in Pike County prepare for another school year, the city of Coal Run is offering a little help. A back-to-school giveaway was held at the Coal Run Community Center Thursday afternoon. Free backpacks full of school supplies were given to local kids, along with free crayons and coloring books. Mayor Andrew Scott says the event is not just about people in Coal Run.
We are so very blessed to be able to give this back to the children of our community, the children of Pike County and the children of Eastern Kentucky, because the people who are here, they're not just from Coal Run.
Scott said he was glad to see a great turnout for the event. Well, there's a new problem facing the state education system, a shortage of teachers. Education leaders say there are thousands of job openings. Those shortages come in areas of special education, languages, and career development. Leaders want to use more programs that aren't being fully taken advantage of when it comes to hiring teachers. Programs like Teach for America, exceptional work experience, and really diving into alternative routes for teaching certificates. What the state does not want is a future with teachers teaching subjects they really aren't educated in.
This is absolutely a front burner issue for us. And the reason it's so serious is not just the numbers, right? But if I think about this from a parent perspective, right, how serious would it be for me if it were my kid that didn't have a qualified, certified, well-prepared teacher?
The Department of Education acknowledges one big reason many students don't want to dive into education is Kentucky's looming pension problems. Well, we are getting a look at Kentucky's June unemployment numbers. State statistics show jobless rates fell in 55 counties from June of last year to last month. They increased in 51 counties and remained the same in 14. The lowest unemployment rate was in Woodford County. It was 3.4%. McGoffin County once again had the highest jobless rate. There, the unemployment rate is 12.4%. Well, cross-country teams in Corbin are getting ready for the season, and on Thursdays, they are practicing with dogs. Coaches say the idea came from seeing another team online partner with animal shelters years ago. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to coaches who say the dogs help the kids just as much as the kids help the Knox Whitley Animal Shelter.
The Corbin cross-country team is out early in the summer.
We'll start our season at the end of August and then go through November, so we're just trying to put as many miles on our legs right now as the kids can bear.
And on Thursdays, they run with dogs from the Knox Whitley Animal Shelter. The faster dogs may even help some of them with their times.
Most dogs, I would say, are generally pretty much more fit than we are.
These are the best practices the kids have had since they started.
If it's not helping them physically, it's certainly helping them mentally because they get a lot of joy out of doing this, and that's just as important.
It made us happy, and it feels good knowing we're helping the community, and the dog seems happy.
8 animals are born for every 1 person. Shelters at full capacity with animals staying for long periods of time can contribute to kennel craze.
When animals are in the shelter for long periods of time, they do start to shut down or become depressed.
The team helping to expose the animals to people can be a saving grace for their adoption.
And that's been really helpful in keeping these animals optimistic because we know there are homes out there. We just got to keep people in there to adopt.
Helping the kids and dogs get out this summer. In Corbin, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, coaches say some of the dogs have already been adopted by a few of the runners. Well, some seniors in Powell County put on their best dancing shoes for a night at the Prom. Stanton Nursing and Rehabilitation Center hosted its 4th annual Prom last night. The night was complete with dancing, fancy dresses, and even a prom king and queen. Organizers there say it's a fun way to get residents up and moving.
It really helps with their moods, and it gets everybody to be social because, you know, it's a nursing home, and nursing homes kind of have a bad review, and we just want people to know that nursing homes aren't bad, and this is what it's all about.
The activities department there says it's already working on ideas for next year's prom. Well, more than 150 Kentucky soldiers are set to head overseas on a construction mission. Friends and family met for a departure ceremony at the Owensboro Convention Center on Thursday for soldiers with the 206th Engineer Battalion. U.S. Army officials say the ceremony also honors the families of these brave men and women.
Families are an integral part of us being successful. I mean, a lot of people say, hey, the military is always gone, they're always doing this, but no one ever really thinks about the families. And I talked about that in my speech as well. So the families are the ones really kind of left holding the bag and have to continue with what goes on in life.
The Owensboro-based group is made up of electrical and civil engineers. They are expected to be overseas for 11 months. Plus, if you are looking for weekend plans in Perry County, we've got you covered. The inaugural North Fork Music Festival kicks off in Hazard tonight.
And we're going to have perfect weather for it, and for today, sunshine is on the way, but we're going to be feeling a little bit more like the end of July. I'll let you know when the next chance of rain is coming up next.